Hey guys, welcome back to my colourful country life. Most of you will likely recognise this book in front of me. I wasn't sure whether I was going to do a book review for this. I did receive it a few weeks ago before I went on holidays, and I know there's quite a few flip throughs out there already. However, I have only just gotten a chance to colour in it and test out the paper, which you all know I love to do before talking about a book. And I did have some thoughts, so I figured why not share those thoughts with you. So this gorgeous book is the newly reprinted Fairy Tales and Folklore by Emilie Lidehall Oberg, which many of us in the colouring community have been eagerly anticipating. This is a reprint of Emelie's much loved book Saga och Sagna, which was originally published in I think 2017 and is based on classic Scandinavian fairy tales. Now, I was not part of the colouring community back in 2017, and by the time I started colouring, the book was no longer in print. I did purchase Emelie's other book, Fairy Tales. The Swedish title, I think, is Sagalikt. Actually, I have that here. Let me just quickly grab it and show you. So this is Emelie's other book for any of those who haven't seen it before. I haven't really coloured much. I think I only coloured 1 or 2 pages in this book. Oops. So very similar style to the reprint. That is so cute. Very good for winter. Yeah, some beautiful pages in this book. So that is Fairy Tales. Now, in terms of size, it is a little larger than one of Hannah Carlson's her older books, and I'll just grab one of them for you so you can see the size difference. And here is Magical Dawn, and you can see if I put it side by side, or on top of each other I should say, it is slightly larger in width and length, just very slightly, but look at the difference in thickness. It is so thick. Now, in terms of purchasing, I have seen it on Amazon Australia for pre-order with a release date of October 28, and it's currently on there for $40.73. That's Australian dollars. And if we flip to the back, there is a blurb, and this says, "Let's Colour, a beloved colouring book brought back to life in a deluxe new edition. Welcome to a realm of fantasy and magic. Join Swedish author Emilie Lidehall Oberg as she takes you on an imaginative artistic journey inspired by Scandinavian folk tales." Originally published in Sweden in 2017, this colouring book gained an international fan following that persisted even after the original book went out of print. Thanks to the devotion of the fans, we are proud to present this book in a new deluxe format that includes more than 100 colouring designs, with 10 new designs unique to this edition. And then here it says, "This extraordinary book, filled with whimsical, unique illustrations, is a treasure to cherish and a true canvas for creativity." And that is a quote from our very own Claire Eady, who is Colour with Claire. So let's open her up, and I'll just move it to the side here. So when we open it up, we have the title page, then the publishing information, and then our nameplate page, which is the page I decided to colour to test out the paper. So as far as the paper goes, it is super thick and it is creamy in colour, so you can hear that thickness there. It is that off-white creamy colour. I did use my Prismacolor pencils to colour this page, and one thing I did notice is that I had to work a bit harder than usual to get a smooth blend. I do love the end result, but it's still not as smooth as I tend to prefer. I may try an oil-based pencil next time to see if I prefer them on this paper, but unfortunately I was a little disappointed in the paper quality. Do I still love the end result? Yes. Do I still love the book? Also yes. And would I recommend this book? Also yes. However, I just might need to play around with some different pencils to see what works best for my colouring style. It does have a little bit of tooth, but it is quite smooth. And clearly I closed the book a little bit too quickly because some of my paint has rubbed off onto the publishing pages. So that is from my KJ Design by Karen metallic watercolour paints that I used. I've also used some Jelly Roll glaze in black for the border as well, and just some Truly Art paint pens to add some little details as well. So next we have our foreword, which was written by the lovely Claire Eady, Colour with Claire. And Claire was instrumental in getting this book reprinted, so a big thank you to Claire for that. And we have some lemon trees up here as well. Lemon tree houses and some butterflies too to colour. This paper is so thick, I keep thinking I'm picking up 2 pages. Let's hope I don't miss any. Meet the author. So we've got a Q&A here to get to know Emelie better. Here is her Instagram link down below here if you want to go check that out. And we have this little mystical cat to colour as well with some potions and a crystal ball, some berries. A little quick colouring for Halloween perhaps. All right, so it looks like we're about to get into the main colouring section of the book. I love this big border around the writing rather than just a small image that you sometimes get on pages like this. And this one says, let's colour. You're about to enter a world of magic and hidden meaning. In any region or country, folklore originated in oral retellings of stories passed down from generation to generation and within communities. These were, and still are to this day, living stories that differed from person to person or family to family, but that always had the same story beats and lessons to teach. You may be familiar with the specific tales of your country or culture. Maybe, for example, you know some of the fairy tales popularised by the Brothers Grimm, including characters like Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, Hansel and Gretel, and more. The art in this book is sometimes loosely and sometimes specifically inspired by different Swedish and Scandinavian folk tales from Emelie's childhood, which have their own special host of characters and elements, including trolls, elves, mysteriously magical ladies, and more. If you know a bit about these tales, maybe you'll be able to spot some characters and motives that you recognise. If you're totally unfamiliar with these tales though, simply let your own imagination tell the story. A quick internet search is also a great way to learn more about the folklore behind the art. Try looking up tales from the, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, or trolls, for example. Come step through the doorway into this magical world, just waiting for colour. Now, I know it says let your own imagination tell the story if you're unfamiliar with these fairy tales, but one thing I would have loved is an index at the back to let us know what all the fairy tales are or what they're based on, just with a little bit of info on them, sort of like what Kirby has done with his World series. I think that would have been so interesting to learn and read more about. But if anyone does know what the fairy tales are in each picture or what they could be based on, as we go through, please put your ideas down in the comment section for anyone like myself who's interested in learning more. So these pages are double-sided, but the paper is super thick, obviously. So test out your mediums in the back. But I do think it'll take water-based markers, watercolours, Inkten's, all those sort of mediums really well. Just test them out in the back. But like I said, it's super thick paper, so it should hold quite well. Now, I think these pages at the front are the new illustrations, and we're starting with these adorable little deer that are smelling the flowers here. I do love colouring flowers, and when I look at this page, I can see people adding their own little scenes into this open space behind the deer. And in some Swedish folklore, deer are seen as mystical creatures that can lead people to hidden treasures or enchanted lands. So it seems pretty on point that we're starting off our adventure in this book with a couple of deer and what looks like a doorway through the foliage into another realm. So I think that would look really good with like a landscape behind it, or maybe even a door. Maybe you can even draw in a door shape or an archway into another realm. That would be really fun. So okay, so next up we have what looks like a forest spirit, perhaps. I wonder if this may be the Huldra. Also, please excuse any of my pronunciations, or perhaps I should say my mispronunciations as we go through this book as well. And we have a mermaid page, great for mermaid. One thing I have noticed is that some of the illustrations have detailed, intricate patterns that are perfect for those of you who, like me, like to spend time working on the really busy pages. But there are also some simpler designs with larger open spaces in the elements, like these big fish and the large open coral elements as well, which are maybe a little bit quicker to colour. It also looks like this line art might be a little bit thicker than this line art too. Am I imagining that? No, I think it is. It's a little bit thicker. Another thing I like is the pages are all quite full too, so you don't need to think much about backgrounds as well. You can leave them without any background at all, or just add in some maybe soft pastel, simple backgrounds, or maybe some watercolor or something like that, if you want to add a little bit of color in there, but you can do without. It doesn't really need a background. So we have a troll or a giant maybe. Sometimes it can take a minute to spot all the details on these pages. I was just looking at these as I was talking and wondering what these things were under the village, trying to work it out, but they're actually the hands of this fella. So I don't know if he or she is a troll or a giant, considering the size difference between him and the village. Perhaps it's a giant, and he or she is holding onto that village. He also looks like he's giving a good side eye to this very bored looking sleepy princess as well. This is interesting. It looks like a mouse inside of a box of Christmas ornaments. You can see all these little hooks on the top of the these little decorations here. We've got some toadstools, though I'm not quite sure how toadstools relate as a Christmas ornament. I don't know, maybe someone else knows and can tell me, but great picture for Christmas, I think. And this is super cute and summery too. We are coming into summer here in Australia, so I think that'll be a really perfect page. Lots of sweet treats. We've got a house made out of cupcakes, and I think the bottom layer might be some cake as well. And the mice, we've got all party hats on, so maybe it's a birthday party. And the inflatable donuts here are actual donuts, which I think is really cute too. And this little guy here relaxing in the teacup, maybe it's a spa bath or something. Can add a bit of steam and some bubbles coming out of there. Okay, I wonder if this is one of the light elves from Alfheim. One of the 9 worlds from Norse mythology maybe, because you can see the little elven ears. And it's got wings too, maybe a fairy even, perhaps. I absolutely love Emelie's imagination. This is giving there was an old woman who lived in a shoe vibes, except with a canvas backpack instead. These were all the rage back when I was in high school too. There's water in his plants hanging out of the front pocket of the canvas backpack, and this one having a little bath in a soup can. This one is very reminiscent of Elf on the Shelf. Does anyone do Elf on the Shelf in their household? It used to give me so much anxiety remembering to move them every night and coming up with new ideas as well. My kids are older now, so we are an elf-free home. But in Scandinavian folklore, they have elf-like creatures called tomte that live on farms and are known for being mischievous, but also helpful, protecting the household or farm. And they're often depicted using wearing red hats and helping out with chores, so particularly during the winter months. So another good winter page perhaps, and we've got candy canes and Christmas ornaments as well. They are believed to be the ancestors of modern Christmas elves, and on Christmas Eve the families leave out porridge for the tomte to keep them happy and prevent them from playing pranks, so maybe that is one of them. We have a bucket with lots of florals and a tiny house here fit for a fairy. So I think we're now on to the original illustrations from the first print of the book. And first up we have this princess. I do love how Emelie draws her large florals. I really do enjoy colouring them. We have this very unexpected combination of objects with mice in teacups that are also boats or ships as well, sitting on this little floral garland. This is interesting. This actually kind of reminds me of Maria Trolle's pages. And this lady here, her hair is actually the rain clouds. I wonder if this may be Frigg, Odin's wife. She holds the power over the earth's elements, maybe. I'm just making guesses here, guys. I could be completely wrong. Now this looks to me like the gnome is the mailman, and he has his little post bag here to drop off some letters into the mailbox. for the home of our little mouse friend here who lives in this little tree trunk. We have a couple of trolls again watching over this village. Are they trolls or giants? Maybe giants, or maybe giant trolls. We have a girl cuddling a deer. A good mix of people, animals and florals as well to colour in this book. Couple of underwater themed pages. Love this page here with the girl. Look at those big expressive eyes. This page would be really good for portrait colouring. But you could also do interesting coloured skin, sort of underwater, because you've got the bubbles up here too, all the fish. That house is inside a shell. This is magical, very on brand for winter colouring as well. I can see this page coloured very icy with lots of blues. We've got some more homes made out of some sweet treats. These images are just adorable. I love these little sweet treat pages. They look really fun and could be really colourful as well. I wonder if this is jelly or pudding. We've got a cake and some cupcakes, some strawberries and maybe some blueberries, maybe some blackberries. We've got a polar bear in a jumper. It's got me thinking of those Christmas sweaters that you see in the movies. A very regal bird here with a crown and this pleated collar. Is it a ruff? I think that's what they're called. We've got a sea serpent here and another lady amongst these beautiful flowers. Very spring-like page, I think. I think this might be the Sword of Gritty, perhaps. And has she got a basket full of apples? Do you think maybe this might be the Snow Queen from Hans Christian Andersen, perhaps? We have a couple of Easter themed pages. I love the bunnies and the jams. We've got all these berries scattered about as well. So lots of berry colouring. We've got more berries here with the strawberries and some Easter eggs. So these two would be really good for Easter, I think. This is a very magical page. We've got potions. This would actually be a cute page for Halloween with purples, oranges, sort of autumnal colours for the leaves and the toadstools. Maybe a deep purple for her like hooded cloak here. I think this page was the title page on the original book, I think. The title page from inside the book, not the book cover. I can't remember what the book cover looked like. Oh, so maybe this one would actually be good for Halloween. It's a little bit creepy. This face and the way the hands are held. Is that the feet too? Wait, hang on. It's really, sometimes you just got to look really hard at these to figure out what's going on. We've got like a cloak coming here. I'm sure that's the feet and a tail. Oh, I really want to know what these fairy tales are. Would love to know what's going on in this one here, but it does look like it would be a good one for Halloween. Here is our little mystical cat again. This was an image from the Meet the Author page at the beginning. We have the Frog Princess, a vase full of flowers, which is also a home as well. Some butterflies on there too. We have a king on his throne with all these little crystals at the bottom. It's giving Game of Thrones. And a hare on the run with a home on his back and a scarf to keep him warm. Snow globe. We've got a snow globe with a mouse watering his garden. There were snow globes as well in Emelie's first book too, if I remember correctly. And another beautiful forest spirit perhaps here. Lots of toadstools, we've got the leaves, some stars. She's got a moon, a little crescent moon on her face too. I wonder if that has any significance. All right, this bird has super long legs here, a house on its back. I wonder if that's the key he's carrying to the house. I love these unusual characteristics that you find, like a house on the back of a bird. It looks like one of those sort of tents, perhaps. Yeah. Another bunny, and we've got some Easter eggs hidden on this page as well. So another Easter page. We've got a page to suit every season, I think, so far. We found Easter, Halloween, Christmas. What's missing? More Easter eggs here. So we've got a bird's nest with some jewels hidden in it. So another good Easter page here. Some crystals, I think. A mouse here is using this little grumpy looking frog as his Uber, I think. Little water taxi. Oh wow, look at the details on this page. So sweet, so intricate. Look at that teapot. I love the teacup shower too. That's really cute. Very sweet. You got an octopus here, so an underwater scene. The top of his head is the hill that the house is being built on here. I wonder if these two are attached to any other octopus as well. This is cute. We've got a fox. Is that a fox? Yeah, we've got a fox and a gnome all rugged up, having a little nap here together. This is also giving me Christmas vibes for some reason. I don't know if it's the sweater on the animal or maybe it's his little mittens, but it's giving me winter vibes. And we've got the berries as well. A lantern here, so you can do some really great light sources for the page to brighten up this area here, have it shining off the face of our gnome. Some more birds nesting in a teacup here. Would love to know the significance of the eggs, if it is something other than Easter, because they do appear in this book quite a bit actually. This is a pretty page. What's the, oh, I think it's a whale. Yeah, I have to look sideways. It's a whale inside some florals here. Jumping out of some florals. I love that all the animals in this book are wearing human clothes. Look at the, have we got cats? Are they cats? Yeah, I think they are. Sleeping on this field, this pile of florals. And these are foxes. Are they cats and foxes, I think? With some more florals. Lots of flowers, lots of animals. A wreath with some apples, so lots of fruit in here as well. We've got a moose here with this Moroccan style tent on his back, a little bit like the other home that was on the back of the bird as well, very similar to that. Picture this a very autumnal night scene. I can see this is a really bright, beautiful, glittery tent with this beautiful dark blue sky, some oranges, reds. Checking, I'm only turning one page. Okay, this is interesting. We've got what appears to be maybe an elven child or a little baby fairy from the ears here, cocooned in these leaves and surrounded by lots of yummy berries. Some more fruit. I think these are apples again. You could colour this using maybe Snow White themed colours. We have the three little mice reading some fairy tales together maybe. Some more Christmas type of ornaments. Actually the deer with the flags behind it reminds me of a page from Emelie's other book, Fairy Tales. I'm sure there's something similar to that. I mean, I'm just looking at it now. The cover, we have the snow globe looking thing with deer in it as well. And the flags across the front. Yeah. This has to be Little Red Riding Hood. This would be really fun to colour. We've got some birch trees maybe in the background. Toadstools. Looks like it might be a windy day. Her hair's blowing in the wind there. I think that'd be a really fun one to colour. We also have a travelling mouse. I'm not sure what she's holding there. We've got some luggage packed here, but I don't know what that is in her hand. Looks like a sign. Perhaps maybe you could write something on there. You know when you go to an airport and you see people holding signs waiting for someone to arrive? Maybe that is what she's holding. You can write a name or something on there. Some teeny tiny homes inside these flowers. Again, I'd love to know which fairy tales or folklore these pages are based on. And we've got another bird here with a floral motif. Very detailed bird. This is beautiful. It almost looks a bit like a brooch, or maybe a photo or painting with this beautiful gilded frame. So you could, even the flowers in this frame part here, you could make it all gold, sort of like a wallpaper background behind them, and then colour them like a portrait perhaps, like a family painting that you can sometimes see in those old castles, old homes. That's what it's reminding me of. We have a very sad looking horse here too. Okay, so this one I recognise. This has got to be Sleeping Beauty. Another one of those little houses too. There are a few elements that appear frequently throughout this book. So like these houses, you could go through and colour them all the same. The deer, the mice, the trolls / giants, and even some of the girls. You could go through the book and colour all of them the same colour. To match all the same elements. Okay, so this reminds me of one of those everlasting flowers. I actually have a box of them here on my bookshelf that my husband bought me for my 40th birthday. There's a dozen flowers inside a marble box. So this makes me think of that, or the Beauty and the Beast rose perhaps. We've got some perfume bottles and some makeup brushes as well, and the back side of this intricate handheld mirror as well. So maybe some dressing table items. This looks like it could be a really fun, colourful page with lots of beautiful coral. I can see blues, purples, pinks, oranges, really vibrant, happy colours on this page. Very summery. And this one here, maybe these elves are making toys for Christmas. I definitely think this would work well as a Christmas page as well. Another ocean themed page. I think the pearl here would look amazing in some sparkly paints to draw the attention right to the center of that page as well. And we've got a dragon wrapped around a castle, some stars as well. So imagine a deep dark night sky, some glowy windows, maybe some sparkly scales. Like a red dragon with a beautiful deep blue sky would look really nice. We have another portrait. Those pastel pencils that I reviewed a while back, I think they'd work really well on this paper and on these pages to colour the skin as well. I might have to try that out. Some more tiny flower houses. I love this page. Look at the details on that owl. So you can even see the different patterns. I think that determines sort of where his wing is perhaps. His wing starts down there and that's his stomach. I love colouring toadstools as well. I can picture this page completed in my head. We have a snake. I love the scaly designs. Would actually love to colour them really shiny. I don't normally enjoy colouring snakes, but I think he would actually be fun to colour. Some nice sparkly paints on him perhaps. Couple more floral pages. I love this bouquet. It's really pretty. Be a nice one to colour. I can actually see that in lots of pinks. Maybe a nice Valentine's Day page. Oh, okay. This is another perfect page for Halloween. Maybe I need to bring this book out again for October. What do you guys think? Do you want a Halloween colour along from one of these pages? I do really love this page. I think it'd look really nice with a watercolor background maybe. We've got the candle to give us some light up here. Some magical potions. I think that's really cute. And a little pumpkin down the bottom here. And a little crystal as well. This lovely lady is underwater. She looks very scaly. We've got some scales here. And then, I don't know. So that looks like it could be her collarbone with some scales on her body. Or it could be the top of a dress. And her dress or outfit, top, whatever it is covered in scales. This would be great maybe with a wash of blue over the entire page. Then go in with pencils and add maybe a whitewash over the top as well to create some water movement. Be fun to play around with to give it an underwater feel. We've got another snow globe. This time it is a unicorn. This is really cute. Absolutely adorable. This would be really fun to colour. You can colour this like with your metal, so gold, silver, bronze, etc. And then add in maybe some jeweled details, so some sparkly colours. That was hard to say. Some berries again in here too. And this one over here looks like a beautifully detailed old style coin purse. At least that's what it looks like to me. These pages are all so beautiful. I can see so much colour, so much fun, vibrant pages in this book as well. How cute are the gnomes in this book? They are so cute. I'd love to see Emelie do a new book with just these little gorgeous gnomes. I think they are so adorable. This page is really pretty too. I'd love to colour this page. We've got this massive lantern to give off light with these little maybe moths drawn to the light, perhaps. And the gnome here has been lighting the candle with his little flame here as well. Standing on a branch, so you could do like a night sky in the background, perhaps. Yeah. Oh, and these are the little lemon homes from the foreword at the beginning of the book as well. So we've got a page of lemon homes to colour. Another cozy little home made from a repurposed household object. There's a few of those in this book. It is, wait, is it a teapot or is it a watering can? Is it a teapot without a lid? Or is it a watering can maybe? Maybe it's a watering can. And this little guy's come to visit. He's bringing a gift. Now this page is one of my favorites in the book. This is stunning. I think this is like the Moroccan tent type of structure that's on top of the moose from earlier, and I think on top of the bird too, if I remember correctly. But all I can picture is a puppet theme. I'm getting serious Punch and Judy vibes from this page, but I absolutely love it. We have a teeny tiny little fairy. Actually, kind of reminds me of a ladybug for some reason when I'm looking at it with the wings. I don't know if it's just the curved shape to these wings. It's giving me ladybug vibes. And a dragonfly. I love colouring dragonflies. I love dragonflies in general, actually. We have perhaps a poisoned apple. We've got these arrows through there. Maybe it's a poisoned apple. This bug on there too. And is this a squirrel? I think this is a squirrel with a sword. We've got fruits. We've got gems. More gems and more gems. Great page to practice your gem colouring on this one. Is surrounded in little jewels and gems. Okay, and this lady has a lot of hair, I think. Is this more hair? Hair's coming down here, and there's more hair over here. I'm sure that's her hair too. Could it be Rapunzel maybe? I'm not quite sure. Oh, this is cute. She looks like everyone's favourite fairy godmother here to grant your wishes, make your wishes come true. We have more mice in a teacup shower. I can't get over these teacup showers. They're really cute. They look so relaxed. Despite not having many facial features or details, Emelie seems to really create and capture the expressions on her creatures without actually adding that much detail. It's just those closed eyes. They just look really calm and relaxed. Okay, so we've got some beautifully detailed, extremely detailed birds actually. Oh gosh, this page I love. I absolutely adore this page. Actually, it kind of reminds me of Joanna Basford's Ivy and the Inky Wonderlands. Yeah, I think that's the one that's got the key in the front of the book with the flowers and stuff in it. The keyhole, I should say. This is what it reminds me of. This is beautiful. I really want to colour this one. This one might be one of my next pages in the book, I think. We've got a couple of berries, some toadstools, these little snow-capped mountains, starry sky, and then I can just see all the gold for the lock as well. Or keyhole, I should say. Okay, so this guy has to either be a giant or a god. I think he might be a god. He's definitely large. He could be a giant. And I love how Emelie has put the details showing where the snow is on the snow-capped mountains too. So that's on a lot of the pages in this book as well. So you can colour your mountain and then add your snow in here and maybe white out those black lines with some acrylic paint pens. Now this little guy looks like he's moving house. He's got all of his essentials, obviously. A pot plant, a watering can, obviously needed to water the pot plant. We have some luggage here. We've got a spool of thread with some pins in here or some needles. A little fairy home, a big clock, and don't forget a magic potion for something as well. All right, another tiny house. This time we have a apple house. Like I said earlier, lots of fruit to colour in this book. And we have this sweet little polar bear. I was going to say he looks like he's going camping with the bedroll and the thermos and the backpack. But he's packing a whole heap of suitcases too. So maybe he's glamping. And he's taking his little bird friend. Some more tiny homes. Again, this time little acorn homes. These are pretty. It looks like they've got some sort of snow on the windowsill maybe, or maybe it's like a planter. Maybe there's some flowers or something in there. Another bird. We've got a few birds in here. Looks like a little worm down there too. Early bird catches the worm. Look at this. This would look amazing completed. It looks super busy, but I don't think it actually is. There's a lot happening when you first look at it, but it's not super detailed. The elements are all quite large and open. This one will be a fun double page to complete. Too many to choose from in this book, not enough time as usual, but this would be so cute. They all look, they're off somewhere for the day. Maybe we've got a briefcase here. This one looks like maybe they're going shopping. This one's going to work. This one has a little leaf, maybe sweeping. It's got a ladder. Yeah, they're all maybe off to their own little jobs perhaps. All right, and we end off with some mice in a teacup. I think this is one of the new illustrations. So there was 9 at the front, and I think this last page is the 10th one. This last page used to be a Christmas page, and that has been removed from the book, but Emelie is offering it as a free download. I have shared it on my Facebook page and in the Facebook group as well. I will also link Emelie's post in the video description down below if you want to get your hands on the free Christmas download. Okay guys, so that is Fairy Tales and Folklore. Okay, so we just got a little bit about the author here and then about the publishers at the back, Better Day Books. And that is it. So if you know of any of the fairy tales or folklores in the book, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Also, if you'd like a Halloween colour along or even just a normal colour along, let me know down below if there's a particular page you'd like to see. I do have my eye on the, was it a rabbit or a hare in the lock, the keyhole, as well as the one with the frog and the candle for Halloween, that page. So on that note, thank you so much for watching. Happy colouring and bye for now.